his best show, which is the best show not only in Kenya but also in Africa. The show is top in Africa, and you know what? Ndio ile show tunakupikia kachakula kazuri, music, tukiwa na DJ wa kwetu pale, and today niko na DJ wewe. If I tell you a story about this DJ, tani sikuambia, but tutajua jina yake. I go by the name SMALLKEV. We're going to have marvelous love here. We're going to have good music and cool music here. And you know what? Enda pale Facebook KUTV Kenya, YouTube KUTV Kenya, also on our social. Tuambie uko wapi, unasikiza ukiwa wapi, unataka tukuchezee nini, unataka tukuchezee mkiwa na nani. Probably you have your and you're doing your thing and you want us to boost your energy because it's top in Africa. But acha nisiongee mingi. DJ,
yes,
itakuaje?
Ishakuwa.
Niwaambie story yetu na wewe. Niseme nisiseme?
Usichome.
Sema ngoe. Sema ngoe.
Fono usichome. Niko soko bado. Sitaki kutoka.
Wewe. Nasema uko soko but sijui ni gani, kwa nyama avocado kwa kufinya.
Sasa shida sijui kama nilikwama kwa kibanda. Ni kama mimi ndo kibanda.
Wewe ndo mwenyewe.
Sitoki.
Mepigwa misumari.
Misumari imepigiliwa pale, yani sitoki, sing'oki.
Haujui unatoka wapi?
Ara sijielewi bana.
Umewaambia jina lako kwa wale watu new. Unajua wakujui kwa hii show, wengine wanakujua kwa ile show ya Vitambie. Nimeojo Vitambie.
I go by the name VJ CIARA aka Bebeto.
Bebeto. Bebeto, waambie Bebeto ni nini? Unajua mimi najua lakini wao hawajui.
Bebeto ni jina yangu, inamaanisha God's gift.
Jesus.
It's my other name, inamaanisha God's gift.
Hata mimi nitajiita Emmanuel. And it's God with us, ama ni gani ilikuwa inasema Mungu anakuja? Okay. Bebe nakuja.
Mungu anakuja ama Mungu nasi?
Mungu nasi. Yeah, God with us.
Yes.
Yeah, unajua leo waambie watu unataka kucheza nini, cause nimekuwa na DJ wengine wamecome through hapa. Mapenzi na wanajua mimi bado niko yeah, sijui walikuwa wananichezea tu mapenzi. I hope leo utaniwekea mapenzi mingi ama nizoe. Nizoe.
Hapo itabidi umezoea. Kwanza unajua kama saa hii baridi na hii baridi iko inahitaji mapenzi, ndo pale mnashikana pale
Jesus. Mimi nashika tu kikombe ya chai na mandazi. Ilikuwa ile mandazi ya 5 bob, mimi niko sawa. Mimi niko fiti. Ikiendelea sana na slap na avocado. Sitaki jua chai na avocado zinaendanisha aje. Bora tu zinaingia kwa mwili. That is top in Africa show.
Lakini ipo siku.
Ipo siku. Hatuja famoe. Ipo siku. Mungu atatuonekania. Kama alionekania wengine, hata nami nitakuja hapa nitoe ushuhuda ya kwamba Mungu amenionekania.
Na yatapita.
Nimeacha. Yatapita kama mto.
Yakienda wapi?
Tunaenda today we have a show lined up. Tuko na two interviews. We have a live mix with DJ CIARA, and also we have very beaches a wiki top 5 ziko hapa, zile zenye nyiwe wote mkiwa hapo mtaani umevote for na mmesemaje. Na topic kidogo nitakuja kuwaletea katiza ni kanini, cause mnajua Kenya tumekuwa tu hivi economy baridi. Ndio maana tunaletea mbichi. Niaje, si ucheze hiyo mbichi alafu tujue itakuaje.
Sawa.
One time, two time, three time. One time, two time, three time. Kinyama mori wa akina ni memedin ya matuku kipetro. Tu. Hizi streets nimesetting metisa nimesetiwa ni kama tuku kipetro. nigga tell me who asijitoche sana jua mekasiwa. Who nigga tell me who asinitrai juu mibonga gasia. Makosa ni yangu nilikosa kutekwa ndevu kufuatia baba. Makosa ni yangu
le petre de petre kidogo na kutuma wende msambweni ukamone mama halieni saa umwambie Nairobi imenichanganya mimi. Wasalimu wote walio nyumbani waambie sijanyamaza kwa ubaya. Shida zimenitatiza nifanyeje mimi. Wasalimu wote kule.
Monja. For the first time in top in Africa nimesikia ngoma ya gospel. Nimesikia namba ama najua ni namba moja. I'm always number one in everything. In everything except one thing.
Ama kiplani huwa haupay attention kwa gospel songs.
Kwa gospel songs. Unajua hata last week tulikuwa na gospel artist akanifunza dance. Sijui ni acha kwanza tuseme hizo ni mbichi za wiki. These are the songs that you guys have voted, Kenyan song. But tunaenda number 5, it's Riswa. Diana Code. Huyo dem kuna kitu alifanyanga sometime back. Director anajua. Tukaenda number 4, Msambweni. That is Abinguma. Abinguma. Kuna number 3, Fanya Mambo, Bahati featuring DK kwenye beat, and tunajua story fulani ili happen about DJ kwenye beat na some stories. This week. Then kuna Cool Me Down number 2, Ben Soul pale. The Exit Band, watu wanafanya mambo yao swafi. Then number 1, which is msichana pia kutoka Milele, anaitwa Shina Munyeti, number 1. Toa ngoma ya Yesu. Sijui wewe ushaisikiza ngoma zingine za msichana? Alianza kuimba akiwa just a tiny person, not tiny physically but age-wise alianza. Alafu ngoma za Mungu ametufanya sisi wengine Makava, kutoka Makava to now owning to doing her own songs. It's a big thing. Unajua kuna watu tuko na sauti zile za bafu, sauti za kitchen kulingana na ile ugali unapika. Unajua kuna sisi wenyewe tunajuanga, mimi personally najuanga ngoma ni ya kitchen. Kama napika mokimo kuna ngoma ya mokimo.
So nyinyi ni wale wa uko na sauti ama tukungoje uende kwa bafu?
Ongoja kitunguu niingie kwa macho. Najua kitunguu kikuingia kuna kuna sauti hutoka naturally. So hiyo ndo mi sauti yenye mi najuanga naweza toa. Najuanga Mungu ameni bless na sauti. Kidogo lyrics ndo sijapata.
Ni vizuri kujiaminia.
But ipo siku. Umependa ngoma gani hapo?
Ya kwanza zote ziko sawa. Kwanza
nimezipenda sana. Kenyan music
nimezipenda zote. Na pia Msambweni pia imenibamba sana. Ya Binguma.
Nasema tu ni venye hizo ngoma zina relate na Kenya. Anajua Kenya alikuwa anafanya, so hizo ngoma unajua ukiwa if you go to Rome do what Romans do.
Exactly.
Wewe unajua hizo ngoma ziko zile unashika kitambi, hata wengine tunashika ile kitambi yetu moja. Hata kama ni 6 bado ni vitambi. Bado ni vitambi. Bado ni vitambi.
Umeificha wapi?
Iko kwa roho yangu ni roho yangu.
Yeah, but the songs ziko awesome.
Yeah.
Na the more sisi kama DJ tukiendelea kuzisupport zitafika mahali.
Kwanza number 1 mimi Mungu moja, it's a song like nime number moja, that is I've listened to it again and again. It's something I'd vote for if I was to vote. Number 1 iko on its position.
Number moja tu yenyewe ni number moja.
So watu wangu number 1 mpaka next week tungangane ikibaki tu number 1.
Okay.
But in the meantime, enda pale Facebook, YouTube, KUTV Kenya. Just tell us which song you think, yes, Sean Michael, which song you think is going to you had voted for, and did they take any position? If not, you want it to be to have a position come to next week, tutaenda tu hapo YouTube, Facebook, alafu tuambie this is it, we want this song. Mimi number 1 nimesema imekuwa in a good position, but also the other songs zimekuwa too fiti. So anything else that you want to tell us? If you have a birthday, leo niko na female DJ, at least tunaweza shikana, nijifiche chini yake ndo tuweze kupiga hiyo happy birthday song. Unajua tukiwa mandume wawili mnaweza tu happy moja ashikwe na, lakini saizi tuko na sauti nyororo, tutaenda kuchezea. But in the meantime, Baldo, we are going to have a DJ. We are going to have an interview. An interview by one of the other hosts. Why show Stone Boy is going to have a flashy interview. The things that he is going to tell us about the music and his new album. His new album. Utajua ni gani hiyo album? Fifth Dimension. Nimekuambia, sikuwa nafaa kuambia. Fifth Dimension. It's a very good album. You're going to listen to it, and also the interview, and also the things zenye amekuwa akifanya behind the scene, because tunasemaje, support African music. But in the meantime, VJ CIARA, niko na swali tu moja. Wewe historia ya Shakahola unaisikia aje? Ni hola tu. Ni hola.
Ni hola. Kivyangu nitasema tu ni hola. Na pia hapa sijui mimi naona tu yani watu wamekuwa brainwashed sana that wanakubali vitu zingine. Me by the siwezi ambiwa nisikule for that long na ni
kwanza avocado. Nani nisikule avocado?
As in ni too much.
It's too much. But I think watu wanasemanga just do what I think. If you read your Bible vizuri, you'll understand more about it. But mimi sitakangi, when it comes to matters religion, mimi nilisema mimi na Mungu wangu tunapatana pale base, tunapiga zetu, stories zetu zinaendelea kutoka hapo.
Mimi wasipingani na Christianity, but vitu zingine kama pia kuna pastor alikuwa amejaribu pia kufast for 40 days, lakini tuliona chenye ili happen hata before hiyo 40th day ifike, he was almost leaving us, ndio?
Yeah,
so
true.
now you can imagine yeye vile ilimhapenia na sasa sisi wengine we don't learn, sisi watu learn, tunapenda yani kulearn na sisi wenyewe, which is not okay. Unalearn unajipata uko binguni kwenyewe sasa.
Meenda kuona Yesu literally. Enda ukaona Yesu, but in the meantime kuja tuone interview ya huyo mtu. It's Stone Boy, Fifth Dimension.
Welcome to Top in Africa. Who is an artist you know who's done music with Trey Songz, Burna Boy, with Angelique Kidjo, with more of artists around Africa? I bet you didn't think of Stone Boy, but it is. Today, on our mission to move across countries in Africa and speak to artists who have made it, we are speaking to one Stone Boy, aka Livingstone. He has an album out. It's called Fifth Dimension. Be checking it out. But first, let's hear what his musical journey has been like and what we can expect. Majesty, should I say, is that still a thing?
Yeah, man, it's definitely what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Giving thanks and praise, you know, every time.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. I'm glad you do, and I'm sure now with 5D out, you're giving thanks even more. What does it feel with your latest album?
Yeah, man, it feels, you know, fulfilling so far.
Mm.
And I'm very grateful to God, you know, because this is a musical journey and this is our generation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I think I'm proud of the contribution so far that I especially have been able to contribute to the musical commodity coming from the continent of Africa. So it gives me a lot of joy, and I'm even more inspired myself to continue to, improve upon my standards and set the legacies that would actually inspire the next generation and more.
All right. That sounds like a great vision there. Your stage name is Stoneboy. Of course, I guess everyone in the world knows Stoneboy, but not everyone knows that there's Livingstone behind Stoneboy. Is your actual name the inspiration for Stoneboy, or how did that come about?
Exactly. I'll respond to Stone as the short form of Livingstone, and therefore Boy came through from that, boy means boy from the Jamaican accent, Jamaican pronunciation. And it was also due to the inspiration that I draw from the musical culture coming from Jamaica.
All right.
So I have the combination to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stone Boy.
So now that you're a man, are we expecting Stone Man anytime in the future?
I mean, that's really hilarious, but it still remains, a man will always be a boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a boy in every man.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about...
a man would always be a boy, but many boys may never become men.
Yeah. But you have, and now you're 5 albums into your career since the first one, when you were a small Stone Boy, and that was, I think it was Grade 1, right? That was the name of the first album.
Exactly.
Yeah, from Grade 1 to now 5D. How different do you think you are as an artist back when you were starting and now?
The difference, if you have to refer to it as a difference and not the improvement, that would be that, time and tide, starting from the Grade 1 ages when I was probably in my very early 20s, you know what I mean? And then now, here we are, 5 albums in, numerous international awards and stages and platforms. The first to do a few first things, etc. till this point. That will surely be the growth that will be termed as the difference between Grade 1 and 5th Dimension as we have it today. And in all things, like I said from the beginning, it is just to solidify my contribution to the creative art and culture ecosystem from Africa. See?
Yeah, and I really like how you, even listening to 5D from the first song all the way to the last one, you have this really nice way of blending different genres. So there's reggae, there's Afrobeat, there's even trap as well with the song with Stormzy. How do you get to pick the sounds that you fuse, or is it just something that comes from what you listen to?
I mean, coming from what I listen to is a factor, because what I've listened to from the beginning till now inspires my contribution or my creativity, And then also there's an intention to be a difference, right from the start, which makes me know that I am not just a musician, but I'm on a mission to unify styles and trends that will come from, or specifically to unify creativity of styles of music that are born from Africa and in the diaspora by Africans, So that is where you get all the other styles that inspire me from. And it's really very smooth blending, because I have practiced it over the years and I'm very intentional about it, and I'm very daring, and I take the risk of being no conformist, so that I can actually create the hybrid and improve upon it so much so that there's a fresh breath every time. there's musical death every time that is not only suitable to consumers, but also very suitable to creatives who would have to learn or want to learn, you know. So that's how I'll describe, you know, the experience or the inspirations behind me blending styles, you know,
right,
in the album, or as my style, basically.
Yeah, they come out really nice, and my favorite songs in that new album, I don't know how, but it's the first one and the last one with Angelina. Of course, the Grammy winner there, closing it up. She has a really beautiful voice.
Yeah,
and I think she's amazing. And then with Stormzy as well, opening the album. These collaborations, even from back then with Trey Songz, Burna Boy, how do you get to work with these big names as yourself, and how's the experience like?
It's very important. I mean, the experience is actually worth, you know, the experience is worth the history. You know, it's worth the history of it, whereby once upon a time, African greats like ourselves, who have been inspired by the greater greats who have paved the ways for us, will continue to also push the envelope to the forefront where the globe is going to accept. So it's an amazing time. It's an amazing, because these are all like historic moments, you know, that I have encountered with all these also very chosen messengers of music, of the message of God, you know what I mean, to the world. So you don't know. It's an amazing time, isn't it? It gives me a lot of joy to be a contributor. You see it?
Right. and it's actually a time when the world is opening up to African artists. We are seeing more of our artists winning Grammys. You're a BET Award winner yourself, and also, of course, a couple of others, even being on the billboards. Do you think now it's time for, you know, collaborations between artists in Africa to make sure that now we are on that world stage?
Of course. Of very course. You know what I mean? One thing I'd want to add is that what we can see, you see, we can see only according to how tall we are or how far our vision goes. You see what I'm saying? And as far as my vision goes, my vision tells me that we are not the first people of African descent to be doing some of the craziest things right now. Crazy things have been done. Greater things shall continue to be done. In every era, we will have to actually do the most. And I think our era right now is recording some very amazing situations that is also, you know, a replica of what has happened before and what shall happen in the future.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? It's really important to just note the historic moments down as blueprints to which the generation after would be very inspired. And even us now will continue to be inspired and continue to push. So collaboration is important. The world has been opening up due to the efforts of our great predecessors, you know what I mean? Because now it is even very, I think now, as difficult as it is, it wasn't as very difficult as it was to be able to gain certain opportunities or certain doors opening for us. It's because people have bust the door open. They've paved the way. They've been the tractor. So it's been very quick for us to also, you know, by the help of time, change, development, technology, we have been able to also improve upon so many things right now, and it's interesting.
Right. Speaking about fifth dimension, it's easy to note the historical moments through the collaborations, of course, but let's also speak production. Are there, you know, people behind the scenes, producers that were there? I am aware it's through Def Jam recordings. What was the production process like, and are there some people you'd like to note?
Amazing question. My beautiful deal with Def Jam is a global deal of licensing where, you know, Def Jam controls the licensing and distribution and etc. and also serves play several roles. And my work with Def Jam so far has been an incredible one. You know, big respect to the Def Jam team in America. I'm always so grateful. These are family to me. And brother, it's been amazing so far, you know. And the producers behind this album will be executive producer is myself, you know, putting all the resources or the finances or whatever it is that got to be done, you know, because it's actually a partnership between my label, Burlington Music Group, and then Def Jam. So I definitely have so much role to play in that manner. And I also double up to be, maybe probably quadruple up to be the musician as well, who is supposed to deliver the creative materials, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, from that production part of view, production as creative material, music, and myself, and business-wise, you know, I'm very much involved. And music-wise and programming-wise, there's amazing producers, starting from Super Dupes, who produced who produced Therapy, going on to Guilty Beats, who produced Runam, going on to DJ Breezy, going on to Master Gazdi, going on to Street Beats, going on to J5, you know what I mean, going on to MOG, going on to Fanatics. This is just a global album right there, my brother, I tell you.
Yeah.
You know, going on to Gintan. Yo, every person who's produced on this album, you know, is very, 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 very top, isn't it? So that's what we're playing at, you know?
Yeah.
So we are playing in a top league. So every name, every contributor is a top league. And even if you don't know their names, you know what I'm saying? They've been able to, you know, bring their A game onto the project. And this project is one of my very best projects yet. And it's clear.
Yeah, that's for sure. What would I don't know how often you met with Duncan, who I understand was the first person you met in radio back then when you were in high school. What would he say between the first time you walked into radio and now in the fifth dimension?
He's one of the very proud, he's one of the most proud people in my life, you know, and he doesn't cease to express it, because I tell you what, I was not giving anything on a silver platter. You know what I mean? I was not giving anything on a silver platter. I had to fight for it. So he is a big witness to my fight. He's a big witness to me as a warrior when it comes to the road, when it comes to tenacity, determination, mentality, you know what I mean? So he couldn't be any less proud having to see me being the Ghanaian artist that has signed with Def Jam at this point. Having to, you know what I mean? It goes on and on and on and on. And if you want to say, it might seem like we're blowing our horns, but we have to acknowledge who we are, the levels we are, and to be able to grow and improve upon it. That's how we can be able to, you know, maneuver and contribute more.
Yeah.
So not to blow my horns, he is so proud of me.
Yeah, definitely.
Who I have become.
You've become one of the giants in Africa. I know your other fellow, whose Burna Boy keeps insisting that the world needs to respect the African giants who are now taking the stage. It's easy for me as
Absolutely.
It's easy for me as someone who listens to the music to, of course, nitpick what's my favorite song. As I told you there, my favorite is the first one with Stormzy and that one with Kidjo.
I'm sitting with this saucy day body. No competition day with nobody. Yeah. I just want to see my people make money. I made this life a happy place. Make me the laugh, make me the cry, make me the ball, no adios. Mad song.
Mad song.
Song's a bigger person.
Mad song. Life and money. What's about life and money for you?
Yeah, man. Life is the ultimate, and money fuels it. Simple.
Yeah. Straight to the point, as clear as it is. Is it also your favorite song of the track list? I'm sure you're going to say.
All the songs are my favorite songs, brother. None is less favorite, because different moods, different times, different seasons, different stages, different moments. One of the songs will relate to me the highest. So I don't know, I eat.
What's the yeah, you eat and you do cook. You've cooked us a good one here. What's the video? What's the plan for video work?
It's coming pretty soon. You know, we're just in the first week of the album. The album is only 4 days old or 5 days. It came on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're only 4 days into the album, so expect a lot of things happening right now, Papa.
Yeah, definitely. All right, now maybe to wrap it up, I know you've done a few lines there of the Life and Money. Is there another song you'd like?
It go like, which one of them? Let me see sing. Which one of them? It go like, just because I'm down to the earth, I'm a cool from birth, don't fuck up my energy. I mean, I don't know what I feel for the man, them, the real, them, now want to see me end up straight in a cemetery. But my team, brother, they protection, skanking through like reggae. Can't ship my focus, firm and steady. Firm and steady. Where is the love that we supposed to show? Friend of missing at the circle, a friend of missing at the circle. Watch out. Without the hate and jealousy, nobody can be greater. Oh, I pray life to the premature in the incubator. Me just do the most cargo ship, hate me straight to the coast. Presidential, but me nah boast. Yo, Papa champagne for the toast. Where is now? Where is the love that we supposed to show? One of my favorite personal songs on our album. So go check it out. It's a big tune. You know what I mean?
So it's a big tune, man. Do you listen to a lot of reggae music?
Yes, especially. Yeah, man. Lot of reggae music, lot of dancehall music, lot of African music stemming from the roots, the source, lot of music that stems from everywhere, Papa.
Okay.
Lot of African music. Lusophone, Francophone. My discography is wide, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Because Africa has it. See, African music, popular music, like you know, is African music.
It has to be African music, man. And we're hoping it's going to be Stone Boy music for the longest into the future, yeah?
That's why I have a song on the album, Into the Future with You. I mean, I'm going to leave you at the end of the road. Give me your love and you know it's safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's good stuff, man. You're also, just to wrap it up, you're multi-award-winning artist. Congratulations on all the awards. How important are awards to you? How would you rate their usefulness in your career?
Awards are really, what I'm just going to put it simply, like awards are really, you know, not synonymous to rewards. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the music scene or the art scene, it only adds to, you know what I mean? When an award is well-deserved, it feels best. When it is not well-deserved, it doesn't bring anything. Because the impact makes the difference. You know what I'm saying? The impact of the artist makes the difference. But yes, fortunately, I have won several awards that is well-deserved. And I have lost a few awards that is well-deserved. But the situation is that, like I always say, it doesn't bother me because the impact is most important. And the music going out to the people, the lifestyle, making impact and changing people would really be the actual award and reward, you know, you see. But when you're recognized and it's well-deserving, then it feels best. You know the vibes?
Yeah. That makes sense. The business of music, we are speaking from Kenya, so we're also speaking to artists who are, around here trying to look up to giants like yourself. You've done a lot in music as an artist, but also, setting up your own recording label and also, doing stuff outside, like working with Tommy Hilfiger, being an ambassador for Samsung. all this stuff that's outside music. Is this something that you will encourage an artist who's focused on music to also think about, other avenues and opportunities?
Of course, because a musician is actually a focal point to the masses. So that's where the brands come to play, and we're always the messengers. So they need they need to send messages, they need to market their stuff, they need to get the numbers on, and most importantly is the actors, actresses, the musicians that sit right in the middle of that. So, when you do your things right and you're able to suit some of these sometimes very rigorous corporate standards, you're gonna be able to, you should look into that as well, because there are several stages and categories of consumers, that you have to appeal to, from corporate to the streets. I proudly and I humbly cover from the ghettos to the presidency. So, we give thanks. It's not an easy task to maintain and balance, but we're born to do.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, Stonebwoy, for speaking to us.
Thank you, brother.
Had a really good time. You look like someone who's always inspired. Do you ever get like mental blocks? Do you get to a time where you feel like you can't work?
You know what I mean? But
can't happen.
But example, even in I'll tell you what. In my most tired states, I have recorded some of the best songs. So I know my body can trick me sometimes into saying you're tired, but my soul doesn't allow it, because it knows what it can get out of it at that moment.
Yeah.
So,
I know
how to
wait, but the spirit is willing. The spirit is always willing.
And my spirit always wins anyway. So
I'm hoping you'll come to East Africa eventually, anytime soon.
Immediately, Papa. Immediately. So you guys be on the lookout. We're coming to blast up the whole place with the new things, you know what I mean?
We party like crazy, so I'm hoping you're ready for that.
I can imagine. We're coming through with the fire. Yo, big ups my friends, them. That's Kenya, right?
Yeah.
Big up the OG Calligraph. You know what the brother had.
I respect the OG.
Big ups Southeast Soul. Big ups, what's the name of the people, them? Big up Nashinsky, fine legend and singer,
Yeah, man.
There's a reggae band. There's a 3 reggae band. 3 boys. What's the name?
Hat the band?
Hat the band. I'm a people left from that, man. Yes, Naya.
You're in touch, the ground.
Respect, man. Yes, Hey, top in Africa.
We have a mindset of a winner, we not losing. A job top up on the highway, we cruising. Double the money is a profit teasing. Hey, Stone Boy representing from Ghana to the world. New as the big nation president, and the fifth dimension is out. And you're live in tune to Top in Africa inside of Kenya. Is it? Beep.
Boom. Thank you, man. See you.
Bless you.
I'm dripping with the saucy day body. No competition there with nobody. I just want to see my people make money and make this life be a happy place.
Huge job blessed, no man can curse. Glory be to God, Kai works. Alpha and Omega, Yahweh, you're the last and the first. Carry me through better and worse. My attitude is gratitude, I gotta give more. Amazing grace, should've seen me before. Psalms 91 when them boys want war. Oh, all of my enemies they fall. Yeah, they all run when I show face. They flee, I don't